Hey guys, so we're here again, and for this unboxing, here I have two Able PU synthetic leather stand black keyboard case covers, right? And these work with the MeMOPad, right? Now, this is what you get with this device out of the box, right? So this is a case, comes on the box here with the flipboard stand. So I'm going to get it out of the case to show you what you actually get with this case, right? So straight out of the box, you'll see that you'll get a handy converter cable, and I'll try to focus on this as best as possible to give you an idea what this thing looks like, right? And what this does is to convert your tablet's USB or mini USB hub to a full USB hub, right? So this is what you get out of the box, along with the centerpiece, the case. Now this is a full leather case. Now the material, as you might be able to see, is a matted kind of leather material, right? Here's a magnetic strap here. The magnet is not very strong, right, but it does its job. Now on the back of the device here you have the kickstand. Now the kickstand attaches with another magnet to the case, so when you're not using it, it will sit flush. Now I guess when your tablet is in, all you have to do is just catch the case or set the case like this on a surface, so you could do something such as type or just simply watch a movie. Now if I miss or forgot to say it, basically this is a full-fledged keyboard case. So which devices does this work with? Alright, first of all, it works with the ASUS MeMOPad. That's the ME172V. That's the first edition of the MeMOPad. Alright, and it also works with the ASUS Nexus 7 along with the Acer Iconia B1, and it also works with the VisualLand Prestige 7. Alright, now to open this to show you an idea what the keyboard is like. So your tablet would fit here with this area where the cardboard is. If your tablet doesn't support a full USB keyboard, you would of course use the converter along with this dongle. Connect it here and then connect it to the tablet, and that should give you basically a functional keyboard for your tablet, right, along with the protective case. Now note, in this particular edition there is no stylus, right? Now down here you have the keyboard, right? So this is the keyboard. Now I have unboxed units like this before. There was one I did earlier. I'll put a link in the description. That one was for roughly about $6, but this one is actually $11.99. And what the only problem I had with that edition is that the keyboard didn't sit flush. It had poor product control where the keyboard was lifted. Not with this edition. Now this keyboard sits flush. It feels nice. It's well made, right? Well, for the price it's well made, right? As you can see here, you have the inputs for caps lock and so on, right, along here. Down here, as you can see, you have the US layout keyboard, the basic QWERTY keyboard, right, and spacebar and all the buttons you have come to know from a standard keyboard. Now if you look at the sewing along the edges here, it's well done. I don't see any flaws, right? Look at this side of the unit here, on here, right? So it's well made, right? Unlike the last edition of the case, right? So this is the Able PU synthetic leather case. Now, if we may continue with this, now if you look at this, you might be wondering, okay, I said it will work with like the ASUS MeMOPad and so on, but I'm sure most people would want to know if this is actually working with the newer edition of the MeMOPad. Now this is not the first edition of the MeMOPad, right? This is the second edition, the new edition. Now one thing with this is that it's very difficult to find a keyboard case for this edition, right? So I want to find out, would this work with the newest edition of the MeMOPad? So this is the newest edition. This is the HD edition of the MeMOPad, the second generation. So this is not the version that this would work with, right? So I did a little test off screen, so I'll show you what's the problem with this. So it will not work, alright? Reason being is that on the USB port here, if you were to place this in, it would not go all the way in. Show you, it does fit, but if you look there, you notice there's a clearing, so it doesn't sit flush like it should. So this is actually longer or deeper than the first edition, so it will not work, right? This new MeMOPad uses a shorter display, right, or a shorter input, so it will not work. I can show you with the regular USB here if I can get it. Now this is the normal USB, and if you notice here, when I get it in, it sits almost perfectly flush, right? Now I'm going to remove this, and if you look right here, the reason why the newer edition of the MeMOPad does not support this keyboard is because, if you can notice, that the older edition had a deeper mini USB and this one is shorter, right? So if you are wondering, these old cases that support the first generation MeMOPads will not work on the newer editions, right? So for the newer edition, HD7 edition of the MeMOPad, like this one here, which is the black edition, you can see, I'll put a link to the unboxing of this one, or the white edition that I have two of these, right? And you can check them out, right? So it will not work with this. So if you want a case or a keyboard case for this, you would have to basically get a wireless or Bluetooth keyboard. That's the only thing that works in terms of keyboard cases, right? So unless you're using this as just a case, which wouldn't make any sense because it has a nice keyboard in it, I would advise you not to get any of these keyboard versions. Only get it for the ASUS MeMOPad first edition, the ASUS Nexus 7, that's the first edition as well, Acer Iconia, and the Visual Prestige 7, right? And remember, those are all 7-inch tablets, right? So guys, I just want to show you what you get with the Able PU synthetic leather case. It has a very good build quality, right? It's very nice, and for just $12, well, $11.99, it's a great buy, right? So I'm gonna end the unboxing of this case here, right? So guys, if you need it for any of the tablets that I mentioned a while ago, you can pick it up, but remember, it does not work with the MeMOPad HD7, which is the new edition. It only works with the first edition, right? The first edition of the MeMOPad, alright? Thanks guys, and I'll put links to all of these things in the description, right? Thanks, and remember to rate, comment, and subscribe.